Business BS exposed. That's this week on Unintentional Business Life. Hi guys, welcome to Unintentional Business Life. And you know, I sit in some of these networking meetings and I sit in business meetings, and some of the BS that goes around the room that they're trying to say, you've got to do this and you've got to do that, and it is this way and it's that way. No wonder people struggle to achieve. Look, let's have a reality check here. And what I want to do this week is just expose some of the BS and the actual truths amongst the matter, you know, and hopefully it'll just open the doors for you to go and get that dream that you were chasing. Look, you know, I just wrote them down because there was quite a few of them. I didn't want to forget any of them because I think they're all important to get rid of, expose them for what they are. You know, most of the people teaching them have never run big businesses anyway. They just run, a coaching clinic or something, maybe read a book, I don't know. But in business, there are three. Let's have a look at this one. So they talk about entrepreneurship all the time. And, if you're an entrepreneur, and you've got a real business, and if you go away for 6 months and you come back and it's a car park, then it wasn't a real business anyway. What a lot of control. That is absolute garbage. I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life. Sounds good. Might get you a few applauses, from people who don't know any better from the audience. But people who are actually running businesses and actually built them will be going, I'm not too sure about that. Let's have a look at the three types of entrepreneur, for instance. So one type of entrepreneur builds his empire on his or her skill sets. Might be an electrician, it might be might be a copywriter, might be, an SEO expert. They build the business on their particular skill set, and then they employ people and build that up and get other people, entrepreneurs involved to help them expand the business, and they get managers involved. But yes, they do build it, and they probably go to the office every single day. Some of them sleep at the office. This is a reality, by the way. And they eventually build this thing up, and maybe one day they sell it. And they make a fortune along the way, and they make a fortune when they sell, and they're entrepreneurs that are working with them, the guys that really pull all the bits and pieces together, and the managers and so forth all get wealthy. So, absolute garbage. If they're left for 6 months, their business would go down. And we've seen that I live in Perth, West Australia. There's a certain car dealer, built his business, started slacking off, enjoying his money. Business started folding. He went back, whipped it all back into shape. That's one type of entrepreneur. Then you've got me, entrepreneur. I get business concepts given to me all the time, mainly from contract negotiations, and say, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? And if it appeals to me, what I will do is I'll pull all the pieces together that I know go together to making a company, and then I'll look for the entrepreneurs. They're basically entrepreneurs, but they like to have some form of idea of direction of where this is going, and they are absolute miracle workers, and we're all going to make a fortune on it. And yes, I'm not really involved in the business past that point. My value or my influence comes from the value I bring into the business, my ideas, my strategies, and I'm really other people are driving. So yeah, I could go away for 6 months. I could just keep in touch by telephone or Zoom or whatever. That'd be fine, not a problem. But that's me. But that's not everybody. And then you've got the entrepreneur who is the business. They are the business. Without them, it will fold. Oh, there goes a fly this morning. I just got to show you this, by the way. Look at this for the morning. I always like to show you my harbour. Oh, isn't it peaceful this morning down here? It's absolutely gorgeous. So where was I? Yes. Then entrepreneurs who are the business. So imagine you're a photographer, or imagine you're a painter, an artist painter. Imagine you're a copywriter. A copywriter's an artist anyway. They learn the technical stuff, but some people have just really got that specialness about them. They make it into an art. They are the business, and they can have big, successful enterprises, can have teams supporting them, management teams. I mean, you look at a guy like Tony Robbins, for instance. I'll pick him. I shouldn't pick any of them, but Tony Robbins, Dan Lok, any of them, they are the business. If they're not there producing, getting in front of the cameras, doing the talks, doing the circuits, they don't have a business. But they've still got a huge team around them of support staff, of writers, of film crews, of booking agents. But they are the business. And to go to them and say, oh, if you leave your business for 6 months and then it becomes car park when you come back, it's not a real bit. What a lot of... Get rid of that one out of your head. Okay. So they are the business. Yeah, so I wrote that down. I want to write down number 2 for you. So get that out of your head. That's just rubbish. I need a business plan. Well, you can't need some kind of plan, but what are they talking about? You've heard me say this before. Walt Disney wrote it in 3 lines, what was it? And no dirty windows or no cracked windows, all the horses jumping, all the fairground rides work, and no litter. So it was something like that, just 3 steps. Most of your big entrepreneurs have written their business plan on 1 or 2 pages. A friend of mine, Martin, he's written his business plan, and it's basically that he helps people with it's strategies and systems that then implement the strategies that reduces your stress and makes you more money. And it's 3 very simple steps. What he's actually going to do, he's going to take a snapshot of where you are now. He's going to do a 1-page description of where you want to be, and then you'll simply implement his 8 steps that he's got to get you from A to B. Then that's kind of it. And it makes sense. He's already got his 8 steps and so forth. So what do people mean by a business plan? It doesn't mean they have all these sections. Look at this, and it looks like War and Peace. Sit it on the shelf and you never read it. Great for academics. So that's another one, the business plan. Clarify what they actually mean. Yeah, I mean, in the military, they go, let's take this hill. They'll scratch a plan on the ground in the sand. They'll draw the map on the ground in the sand and show where they're all coming from, little arrows, and and they do. And then when they finish, they rub it all out on the sand. That's their plan. So yeah, a plan's a plan, but what do you actually mean when you say business plans? Next one. You've got to know your numbers. Well, yeah, but what numbers are you talking about? I was recently listening to someone going, oh, well, you've got to know your leads, how many leads you're getting, then your conversion rates, and you've got to know your average dollar sale, and then how many times they buy off you, and your expenses, and you've got to know all those numbers. That's kindergarten stuff. That's the bicycle with the training wheels on it. They're management numbers. If anyone's going to really focus on them, they're managers, not entrepreneurs. So when I get a team in and the managers look at those numbers, and you normally find those numbers, they will show you, write them down, and then they'll go, oh, if you increase this area by 10%, look how much your profit increases. If you do this by this and this by, it's like, yeah, but I'm an entrepreneur. They're probably not the numbers I'm looking at first. Well, one, I probably don't even have them, if I'm starting a new business. So what numbers do I want? Well, I need to know how much this is actually going to cost me, yes. But then I don't work on percentage markups. And I've said this in other videos. I just go, how much money do I want to be paid to do this product or service? How much actual physical cash in the hand do I want? And you could be buying something for $10 and be selling it for $1,000. That's your decision. It's your decision. So numbers, you must know your numbers. Well, you've got to have an idea what something's going to cost you, and then you've got to know what you're going to sell it for. and then just go do it. That's what an entrepreneur does. Yeah, here's one of my favorite yachts. I think I've shown you this one before. Look at that. That's Michael wobbles your camera around for you. Sorry guys. That's the Leopard camera, and look at this thing sitting on it. Out of the water. Oh, wow. Oh, the engine's on the back of it, will you? Jeez. Yeah, wow. Some people. So when people say you've got to know your numbers as an entrepreneur, that's basically all the numbers you want. So don't get sucked into, you know, this lead generation. Oh, sorry guys, I'm fiddling around the book and I'm knocking you all over the place here. You're going to be going, sort your camera work out, Michael. So yeah, so the numbers is a bit of BS. You know, what have I got here? And then, you know, it's, let me just have a, sorry guys, I might cut this bit out for you. Yeah, you see, the other thing is, you know, and I see a lot of people say, oh, I need an office, so I'm going to work from home. You know, hey, I'm a member of a golf club. I use my golf club as my office. So you don't really need an office anymore per se. Some people will, but a lot of us actually don't need an office to fit in. And look, you don't want to be fitting in. You want to fit in, I've said it before, go get a job at McDonald's. They'll give you a uniform and everything. You'll fit in lovely in there. But you actually don't want to be fitting in. You want to be different. You want to do it your way and in your style. That's what you want to be doing. Good morning. So that's what you want to be doing. And I've given that example before about the lamps on Amazon. You know, you flick, and it's not my story. I heard it and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. You know, you got to get a lamp and you flick onto Amazon, you know, and at the top is all these really trendy, you know, cool looking lamps. Yeah, they're more expensive than the other ones. And then you just scroll down, you get to the mundane, just the run of the mill and the cheapy stuff. Don't get in the mundane, and don't get in the cheapy stuff, guys. Be the unique stuff. I'm going to turn around so you can get a view of that harbour. That is absolutely beautiful. So that's what you want to be doing there. Don't fit in. So people who say, oh, they say you got to do this, how we do this, is how. No, forget that. Do it your way. What have we got next? Yeah. I think to be an entrepreneur and be self-employed, it is a bit of a privilege. So we've got to treat it that way, you know. We've got to treat it like, I get one shot at this, you know, and I am going to do it my way. And I think fear holds us back sometimes. It's a bit like getting on that roller coaster ride. You get on a roller coaster and the first bit of the ride is, it's really scary and you're hanging on. Then it goes up and down, and then people start letting go and start laughing there at the end. They've got their hands in the air, you know, they're all waving, yeah, it's great. And cool, it comes to a stop. And the guy goes, get out, and you're, oh, I was just getting into it. That's life. That's your life. At a bit, you know, you get in a business, it's a little bit scary, then you get used to it, then you start enjoying it, and you die. It's a sad reality. But it's going to happen to us all. So don't wait till the end to start enjoying it. Start enjoying it at the beginning. No, you don't have to obey their rules. You don't have to do it their way. You have to enjoy it. Enjoy it at the beginning, guys. That's probably why I made this video, is that's what I want to do. If someone needs to give you permission to do it your way, hey, I'm giving you permission. Do it your way. Have tons of fun. I'll see you next time on An Intentional Business Life.